So some major left liberal commentators on YouTube, such as the Young Turks and Rebel HQ, are attacking Tulsi Gabbard for her present vote on Donald Trump's impeachment vote. Are they right? Is Tulsi wrong? Let's take a look at it. My name is Sham Sharma. This is the Sham Sharma Show. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Sham Sharma Show. Thank you very much for watching me today. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you, and a very, very happy new year to all my viewers. And also, look at that. Huh? New year, new hat. How do you like it? Well, I hope you like it, because I do. And I don't want to return it. So a lot of left liberal progressives like the Young Turks and Rebel HQ are trying to paint Tulsi as this traitor, as this evil person who voted present on the impeachment proceedings and the impeachment vote of Donald Trump. So not only did she vote present on the impeachment vote, but she also criticized the zero-sum mindset that both political parties have trapped America in. In fact, Gabbard was the only Democrat to vote present on both articles. So firstly, I want to ask you, do you agree that Gabbard should have voted present on the impeachment articles? Do you think she should have voted yes? Do you think she should have voted no? Let me know in the comment section down below. So the Young Turks laid into Tulsi Gabbard, saying that she doesn't really want to be with the Democratic Party, that she wants to defect to the Republican Party, that she's only looking out for herself.
Look, obviously I agree with AOC, and there's a reason why Gabbard is not voting in either direction. It appears to me that she wants to preserve her optionality in which party to be in and which way to take her political career. Now she's been turning and turning and turning, and now we've gotten to this weird place where she's defending Trump.
And Emma at Rebel HQ also didn't hold back and said plenty of stuff.
Tulsi Gabbard is not seeking re-election in 2020, but that doesn't mean that she is not above political calculations and pandering, but not to her constituents, to the right, to her potential Fox News employers, to her incel male followers. Yeah, I'm not holding back anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeesh. Tell me about it. People may think that this Democratic impeachment proceedings were not partisan, but what's important to remember is that both articles of impeachment passed with entirely partisan support and bipartisan opposition. So Trump is now the only president to be impeached without a single vote in favor from his own party. Now, I may be wrong, but that does sound pretty bloody partisan to me.
Incel male followers. Yeah, I'm not holding back anymore.
So what exactly is Trump being impeached for? Let's look at why many Americans, including Tulsi Gabbard, think that these are very partisan impeachment proceedings and why this is actually going to hurt the Democrats in the longer term when it comes to the 2020 elections. So there are two main articles here. Article 1 is abuse of power. And when you look at Article 1, it does kind of makes sense. He asked the president of Ukraine to investigate the Bidens, which looked like it was in exchange for aid. So if you objectively look at it, it does look like abuse of power to me. However, having said that, I also think that literally every president does this. Every president uses his position of power to negotiate some kind of deal with leaders of different countries, which is why I think Trump does not consider this to be a big deal. I think in his mind, he just thinks he's making a good deal. But then the issue here is that other presidents did not get caught doing this, and Trump did. And also, an advice to Trump, if there's something that the government should be looking into, leave that to the Justice Department. That's what the Justice Department does. And the Justice Department often asks foreign governments for assistance whenever necessary. So Trump, in my opinion, should have stayed out of this. But still, it is completely absurd for the Democrats to say that this is a danger to America and that it completely weakens American national security. Like, there really was corruption going on there. And the second article of impeachment is obstruction of Congress, where the charge is that Donald Trump obstructed the proceedings of Congress and he refused to comply with the subpoenas that were sent out by the Congress to the president. But the thing is, as far as Article 2 is concerned, this is a pretty standard separation of powers issue that actually comes out pretty often. And usually what the Congress does is it goes to the courts and looks for a solution in the courts. You don't start impeachment proceedings because the president didn't immediately comply with a congressional subpoena. Well, it looks like he didn't show up for his hearing on time. Well, in that case, Your Honor, we'd like to bump up the punishment from just a misdemeanor to the death penalty. You've got problems, man. Like, talk to someone. Every president ever has exercised executive privilege and due process rights. The president is not obliged to blindly obey any order of the Congress without objection, which is why whenever there is a dispute over the powers of the Congress to force the executive branch to do anything, there's another branch that is responsible for it, which is the judiciary. And the Constitution provides the judiciary with these powers so that the Congress does not overreach, and the executive must comply with the Congress whenever it is proper. And that is what Trump is doing. Trump is trying to fight this in the courts, but the Democrats don't want to wait for the court's decision. The Democrats want to act as the judge, jury, and executioner right now. It's almost like they know that if they can't get rid of Trump through impeachment, he might actually win again in 2020. Another reason why a lot of people, including Democrats like Tulsi Gabbard, think that these impeachment proceedings are partisan and dishonest is that they were in such a hurry to impeach Donald Trump because apparently he was a complete threat to America and he was going to completely undermine America's national security. So if they're in such a hurry to impeach Trump, then why are they causing a delay in taking these impeachment proceedings to the Senate? What are they waiting for? I mean, do they actually think that Americans are idiots and they're not going to pick up on this? Actually, wait, they might actually think that Americans are idiots, which is why they let Hillary run and let Trump beat her. So look, I can understand the point that a lot of people are making about Tulsi. Maybe she should have voted yes, because at least on Article 1 of the impeachment proceedings, there is a case to say that he abused power. But if you look at the overall situation, it does not look like there were proper grounds for impeachment, which is why this is being seen as such a partisan exercise, and which is why one can understand Tulsi Gabbard's present vote. It's not so black and white.
Okay, you can argue it wasn't a big deal. You can argue that he's committed greater crimes that he should be impeached for, which I agree with.
So here she is, Emma, herself saying that maybe the grounds for impeachment weren't the greatest. But then she goes and attacks Tulsi and completely ignores the censure motion that Tulsi passed in the House. And the charges leveled against Trump in the censure motion passed by Tulsi Gabbard, they're much more serious than the charges that he's being impeached on. This is what the censure motion says. It says, whereas President Trump has undermined America's national security and the safety of our people with a growing list of unconstitutional and reckless actions, including but not limited to violating the War Powers Resolution on Article 1 of the Constitution, illegally and unconstitutionally using US military forces to occupy and pillage oil field reserves of Syria, recklessly enabling President Erdogan of Turkey to invade and occupy northern Syria and conduct ethnic cleansing of Syrian Kurds, continued support for Saudi Arabia's genocidal war in Yemen, recklessly abandoning nuclear agreements and treaties like the INF Treaty with Russia and the Iran nuclear agreement, thereby increasing the risk of nuclear war. In these and other ways, President Donald Trump has undermined the safety and security of the American people. So for some reason, these left liberal commentators are completely ignoring these charges leveled on President Trump by Tulsi Gabbard, which if you seriously, honestly look at these charges, these are much, much more serious charges. And maybe if these charges were used in impeachment proceedings, maybe there would be a stronger case for impeachment. It is pretty weird to see how certain progressive left liberal commentators have this deep hatred for Tulsi, deep hatred for people who are willing to go against the grain. And it's nonsense. And this is why it makes the right even more suspicious of the left than they were even before. And it alienates a lot of people on the left by making these people on the left think that these progressives, these big liberal progressives, will rather eat their own than go against their agenda in any way possible. And then they wonder, why don't people like us? Why do we keep losing elections? And I want to ask you, do you think the Democrats have good grounds for impeachment in this case? Why and why not? Let me know in the comment section down below as well. And again, guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to leave a like, leave a thumbs up. It helps me out. It helps the channel out a great deal. We're looking to get the English channel of the Sham Sharma Show to 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. So I really hope that you will support me in reaching that goal. If you like the Sham Sharma Show and if you'd like to support the Sham Sharma Show, make sure to click the Patreon button in the description down below. Become a patron of the show. You get the brand new Sham Sharma Show mugs that will be coming very, very soon, I promise. And you also get to support the show as well. If you like the Sham Sharma Show, if you like today's episode, and if you have not subscribed already, then what are you doing? It's the new year. It's 2020. Get to subscribing to some stuff that you like. Click on the subscribe button over here down below. Make sure to press the bell icon as well and check out some of the other episodes that we have over here as well. I am sure that you will like them too. I will see you for the next episode, and until then, stay happy, stay healthy. I'll see you next time. and Happy New Year.